Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. I am a maths teacher from Ismailia Youth Services Schools, and I hope you all can listen me. You are staying home, and we are going to start our online teaching from today. Okay. So starting the lecture, before starting the lecture, I am going to give you some instructions. Listen them carefully. Do not disturb the participants and the teacher during the class. I have already paused your all chats and messages for now, but I will allow you to ask any questions if you have in the end of the session. So do not disturb the participants and listen carefully. And you are not allowed to leave the lecture during the lecture. So sit properly with all your belongings, which are textbook, a copy and a stationery box. And if you have any queries, you can note them down on a paper and ask the questions in the end of the lecture. Okay, if you have any problem, I am going to start the lecture and you can text me privately if you have any problem. Okay, let me tell you that I am going to start the lecture. Okay, don't write useless questions, or don't write useless instructions. Don't write okay and like that things. If you have any problem, you can write it on the chat, so it won't disturb me during the lecture. Okay, so now starting the lecture. Okay, today the lecture is chapter number 2, system of real numbers, exponents and radicals, which we are going to discuss today, of class 8. If there is any participant who doesn't belong to class 8, you can leave the please leave the this chat this group and go to your class. Okay, see for the correct ID and password. This is only class for class 8. Okay, so chapter number 2, exercises are 2.2 to 2.4, which we are going to discuss today, and textbook pages are 35 to 41. Okay, now starting the lecture, we are going to discuss the objectives first. The objectives are distinguish between base and exponent, learn and discuss laws of exponent, solve different questions of exercise number 2.2 to 2.4. If anyone who can't hear my voice, it's totally up to their end, because it is not my mic is all right, my headphone is working clearly. So if you have any problem hearing my voice, uh, look for your own mics and headphones. Okay, okay, so I have already shared the objectives. Now we are going to share the definition of real numbers. Real numbers are the combination of rational and irrational numbers, as you all know. And you have already studied about the rational and irrational numbers in the previous classes as well. Rational numbers are actually Rational numbers are actually those numbers which we can write in the fractional form or in the form of p upon q. Any number which can be written in the fractional form are rational numbers. For example, if I say 2, 3, 4, these all numbers are rational numbers. Why? Because they can be written in the form of a fraction. Like 3 upon 1, if there is 3, it means that it is 3 upon 1. So these all numbers which can be written in the fractional form are rational numbers, and irrational numbers are those numbers which are like surds and anything which are indefinite. Okay, any numbers which are indefinite. So these are irrational numbers. So the combination of rational and irrational number both are real numbers. Real numbers are made when rational and irrational numbers both mix together. They all form real numbers. Okay, moving forward. Now the focused topic was exponents. So the exponents, first of all, I would like to tell you what are exponents. In a number where there is a raised symbol. Raised symbol means a symbol which is on a number in a smaller form like this. This is 2 and this is 3. You can all see on your screen. So this 2 is a number and there is a raised symbol, a number which is over here, which is 3, which is in a smaller form. The number is called the base and the raised symbol is exponent or index. Okay? So the, for example, 2 raised to the power 3. So in this number 2 is base and 3 is exponent, because 3 is the raised symbol which is in the smaller form and 2 is the bigger number which is the actual number which is the base. Okay, what exponents actually shows? Exponent of a number says how many times to use that number in a multiplication. For example, if it is 2 to the raised to the power 3, it means that 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2. 2 is going to be multiplied 3 times with itself. Those students who are coming late, please be punctual from tomorrow. Risha Zahid, you have told me that a phone is ringing in my background. It is not correct. There is no phone ringing in my background. So if you have any problem, see for your um, uh, headphone or maybe your phone, maybe it must be your phone which is getting a problem. And those students who are asking, who are coming late, please be punctual from tomorrow. And Ata Muhammad has asked me that miss in copy. So you have to work everything in your practice copy for now. If you would be able to write in the fair copy, I will tell you from tomorrow. But today, every work should be done in your practice copy. Okay. Okay. So coming forward, I have already told you that what are base and what are exponent. I hope you understand well. Bases are the actual number and exponents are the raised symbol. So you can see in the exercise 2.2, there is a question which says that there are numbers which are written and there are raised symbol as well. So you have to distinguish between them, that either they are base or the exponent. So this is exercise 2.2, question number 1. So the very first is 2 to the raised to the power 3. So in this, I have already told you that the number which is the actual number is base and the raised symbol is exponent. So you have to distinguish between them. Number 2 is 7 raised to the power 5. In this case, 7 is the base and 5 is the exponent. Number 3 is 108 raised to the power 64. So 108 is the base and 64 is the exponent. So you can do all the rest of the copies in your rest of the questions in your copy as well. Practice copy, not the actual one. Okay, now moving forward, you have already understand what are exponents, what are base. So we are moving forward for now. As you have already studied about the exponents and bases, there are some laws which are related to the exponents. So starting from the okay, just wait a second. Okay, so so there are some laws of the exponents. First law is product of power. Second is power of product. Third one is power of power. Fourth one is quotient of power, and the fifth one is power of quotient. So studying them one by one will let you know what these laws actually are. Okay, product of powers are basically that if there is any number which is base and there is an exponent, there is a base, there is an exponent. So when you have to multiply them both together, so for example, this is the example written over here on your screen. A raised to the power m multiplied by a raised to the power n. In this example, A's are actually same bases and having different powers. So whenever we have same bases and different powers, what do? We write the base as it is. Okay, we write the basis as it is, and what do we do with the powers or exponents? We add them together to get the answer. For example, in this, what has been written on your screen, 2 is the base, which is same. So we will write 2 one time, and 3 plus 3 and 2 are the powers. So what would we do? We will add them together. Those students who are joining late, please be punctual from tomorrow. We won't entertain latecomers from tomorrow. Okay. Okay. Uh, Going towards second law, which is power of product. What does power of product means? Product is actually is the resultant of multiplication. So whenever there are two numbers which are being multiplied together, so and there is a power on it, so what do? We have the power on both of the numbers which are being multiplied together. For example, A multiplied by B has a power of n. So it means that n is applying to A as well as to B. In this example, which is written on your screen, m multiplied by n. So 3 is the power for m as well as 3 is the power for n. All right. So moving forward, power of power. In power of power, it means that if we have a base and we have a power on it and we have another power on it. For example, in this case, A has a power of m and n is a power over 8. So it means that these two powers are multiplying together. A has m multiplied by n. So what do? We write the base exactly a right that like that, and m and n are multiplying together to get the power 2 raised to the power 3, and there is another power which is 3. So 3 would multiply together to get the answer. 2 would be written as it is, and 3 multiplied by 3 would get 2 raised to the power 9. Okay. Okay, after that, quotient of power. Quotient of power, we have like a raised to the power m divided by a raised to the power n. Quotient is actually the resultant of the division. So whenever we have same base which is being divided together with different powers, what do? We write the base as it is and subtract the power from the power of the denominator for the power of numerator. For example, in this case, a would come as it is and n would be subtracted from m, like that. In example, 3 raised to the power 7 or 3 raised to the power 4, we have. So what would we do? We will subtract the power of the denominator from the power of the numerator, and 3 would come as it. 3, 3, 7 minus 4. So 3 raised to the power 3 is the answer. Those students who are raising hand, I will entertain your questions in the end. Uh, so please be patient. We will have a session in the end. I will unmute you and you can ask the questions, but not now, please. Okay, let me see. Okay, now power of quotient. Power of quotient means that whenever there is a quotient like a upon b, because they are in division and we have a power on them, so it doesn't mean that this n only belongs to a. It means that this n belongs to a as well as b. So in this case, a. Okay. mm, Atif has a question that I want to ask again. Power of power. Okay, I will describe it again. But for now, listen to this, and then I will review all the laws of exponent again. Okay. So a raised to the power n. Okay, a raised to the power n and b raised to the power n. So in this, the example is that 3 upon 4 has a power of 2. So this 2 doesn't only belongs to 3. This 2 belongs to 3 as well as 4. So it would become 3 raised to the power 2 and 4 raised to the power 2. So it would become power of quotient. Okay, moving forward. Okay, this is exercise, but before moving towards exercise, I have told you that I will review all the laws of the exponents. So, the very first law of the exponent was product of powers. In this, there were two numbers, two same bases which were multiplying together, and the powers were different. So we add up them together. Okay, quotient of power. This was product of power. Quotient of power, they have division. Same thing, but in division. Same basis. And what do? We will subtract them. So these two laws are opposite to each other. Product of power, we have multiplying powers together. So we will add up the powers. And in quotient of power, we are dividing the powers. So we will subtract the powers. And the base would come exactly same as it is. Okay? So these both laws are contrary to each other, opposite to each other. So remember them as it is. Okay, now power of product. Power of product means that whenever we have in multiplication, what do? We apply the power to both the bases, to A as well as B. And power of quotient, we apply whenever there is two bases which are dividing with each other, we apply the exponents to both. For example, a has n as well as b raised to the power n. So these two laws are opposite to each other. Same thing in multiplication. If we have in bracket and exponent outside the bracket, we apply this exponent to both the bases. And if we have in division, if we have two numbers, two bases which are dividing together, we apply the bases. We apply the power to both of the bases. Okay? So these two laws are contrary to each other. So remember them as it is. Power of product, power of quotient. See, the first one was product of power and quotient of power. These were two also contrary to each other. The fifth one is power of power. Power of power says that wherever there is an exponent over a base and we multiply both the exponents together, so what do? We have an exponent over an exponent. So what do? We multiply them together to get the answer. Okay, so I hope you all understand laws of exponents very clearly. If you have any queries regarding these laws of exponents, so you may, if you have any queries, you may ask it in the chat box or you may write it down and ask at the end of the end of the session. Okay, those students who are trying to chat with each other, so chat is restricted, only your message can be seen by me. So don't try to chat with each other, okay? Okay, now coming towards the exercise. Okay, moving. Okay, moving towards the exercise. The first question you can see on your screen is 10 raised to the power 3 and raised to the power 2. There are power of power written over here. Okay, power of a power. So what can you do? There is 10, which is the base, and power, and another power over 8. So you have to multiply these powers together to get the answer. This is exercise 2.3 and book page number 39. So you will just have to multiply the powers together to get the answer, and it would become 3 multiplied by 2 becomes 6. So 10 raised to the power 6. What would you do? You will have to write it in the expanded form, 6 times 10, which means, and you will write the 6 times 10 like this. Okay, moving towards next question. The question is that minus 21 x raised to the power 6, y raised to the power 9, and over 3 x raised to the power 2, y raised to the power 5. So what would you do if you have two different bases? What you would do, you will see if they comes into the same table. So you will cancel them together. 3 ones are 3, 3 sevens are 21. And so it would become x raised to the power 6, y raised to the power 9, x raised to the power 2, y raised to the power 5. So what we have studied in the laws of exponents, wherever there are same bases in the in the denominator and the numerator, you would just have to write the base one time and then subtract the base from the numerator. Subtract the exponent of the base, which is 2, to the numerator of the exponent of the numerator, which is 6. So 2 minus 6 would be 4 and 5 minus 9 would be also 4. So it would become minus 7 x raised to the power 4, y raised to the power 4. These are simple questions which you have already done in your class 7, 6 as well. So if you have any questions, you can ask me at the end as well. Okay, moving forward, 2.3. The question is same. You have got two numbers 20 upon 4, so that they comes into the same table. 4 ones are 4, 4 5 are 20, so cancel them up. Then there is 2p minus 3q raised to the power 12. So it doesn't mean that this 12, you have to open the bracket. It doesn't mean it. You have the same thing in your denominator as well. 2p minus 3q raised to the power 9. So you can serve this bracket as one number. So what you will have to do, you will have to write 2p minus 3q as a base one time, and then subtract 9 from 12. Why? Because in the laws of exponent, we have already studied that wherever there are same numbers in the numerator and denominator, same base, and exponents are different. So what you would do, you would write them, you would subtract them together. Those students who are saying me to repeat the previous question, be patient. I will repeat it after I will describe the whole thing. Okay, there is 4 minus 3r divided by 4 minus 3r. There are same bases but different exponents. So there is, if there is no exponent, it means there is 1. So treat it as 1. So what you would do, you will subtract it. What you would do, you would subtract it 3 minus 1, so you would get the answer. So 5, 2p minus 3q, 12 minus 9 is the exponent, 4 minus 3r, 3 minus 1 is the exponent, so you would get the answer like that. Okay, so moving forward, there is a question which has an exponent in subtraction form, minus 5. So what you would do, you would take the reciprocal to get it plus 5. Okay, so if 3a cube multiplied by b square multiplied by c raised to the power 6 and divided by x, y, z. So there is minus sign over here. So what you would do, you will have to take the reciprocal. In reciprocal, you would get the change of the sign. If there is minus, it would become plus. And as you already know, in the laws of exponent, I have told you that wherever there is a power outside the bracket, it means that this power is applying to all the numbers elements in the bracket. So this 5 is applying to x as well as y, to z, and to 3 and a. So it would become 3 and 5. So it would become power of a power. So what would we do in power of power? We will multiply the exponents. So it would become a 3 multiplied by 5, b 2 multiplied by 5, c 6 multiplied by 5. And we would get the answer by this. Okay, moving forward, one more question, then I will repeat the whole session. Okay. uh, 12 divided by 6. So we will cancel them up. Same thing which we have done in previous question as well. M raised to the power 4, and there is m raised to the power 2. So wherever there is two same bases in the denominator and numerator, we would write them one time, and we subtract 2 from 4. There is n, which is 3, and in denominator we have 2. So 3 minus 2 would become 1, and p square divided by p1. Wherever there is no power, there is 1. So 2 minus 1, and 2 would be remain as it is. So 4 minus 2 would be 2, 3 minus 2 would be 1, 2 minus 1 would be 1. So it would become 2m raised to the power 2 n p raised to the power 2. So I have already told you that wherever there is a power outside the bracket, this power is applying to each element inside the bracket. So this 2 would be applied to 2 as well as m square as well as n as well as p. So it would become m square multiplied by square 4, n square, p square, and 2 square is 4. So this is the answer. Okay, I am going to end up the, we have done the session for now. I hope that I have answered all your questions and I have given you the home task as well. Okay, so for now I am going to end up because we are running out of time. So if you have any queries, you can ask me tomorrow as well. Be punctual, please come on time tomorrow.